Well, hello there, and this is Auntie. And I am here to do my review on 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 18, Torn. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, my new nieces and nephews, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been in the family for a long time, done grewed up in this peace, thank you so much for your continued support. If I had to rate last night's episode of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, I would rate it a C, okay? Because we need to keep the fire hot when it's hot, okay? So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this review because we got some housekeeping to do after I finish, okay? Yes, we do. So the first couple I want to talk about is Corey and Evelyn. As we all know, Corey lost his father the earlier part of this year. And he went home for the funeral and to be there for his family. Now, Corey is left with the dilemma on whether or not he goes back home or whether or not he stays. He has a conversation with his mother where he is grief stricken and he, is torn on whether or not he should leave or whether or not he should stay there with the family. And Corey's mom tells him, Corey, your dad will want you to go back to Ecuador to explore and see whether or not you and Evelyn can stay together. Why the hell, I don't know. But I guess they see Evelyn in a way that we don't. Just one second, y'all. There we go. So I guess they see her in a way that we don't. And Corey says that he only has 30 days left on his visa. And he has to go back to try to convince Evelyn to marry him. He says that they don't have any other choice. I don't know if the choices are, getting rid of the business, or I don't know what it is that makes Corey thinks that he has to live in Ecuador with Evelyn. I don't know. But anyway, he is crying and he's getting in the car, and he and his mom have mixed feelings about it. But at the end of the day, Corey leaves to go to be with Evelyn, and he, on his way, he is wondering whether or not she's going to be at the airport because, as we remember, the first time he got there, she wasn't there. But Evelyn was there, and Corey said that she had been very supportive during this. They had Skyped with one another, and he told her that he was coming home the next day, and she was like a little shocked. So I'm sure that she had some things that she needed to probably cover up, okay, before he got there. before he got there. And so we see her greet him at the airport. She says that she missed him. And she was happy to see him. And that basically, she wanted to cuddle with him. And all that kind of bull crap. But anyway, nevertheless, they are happy. They're back at the ranch or whatever that is that they're living in. Okay. I don't understand why her kitchen is outside. Like, somebody got to help me. So this bitch is on a permanent barbecue schedule whenever she has to cook something. I mean, I'm just saying, is it like, summertime? I mean, like, help a bitch understand why her whole entire kitchen is outside. I'm waiting. Okay. So anyway, she's making him a meal and he talks about how tired he is. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me make a little adjustment here. There we go. Okay, I feel a lot comfortable. comfortable, whatever. So she's making him a dinner, and he says that he's tired. And at this time, she takes the opportunity to tell him that she blocked her ex-boyfriend from all of social media. And Corey doesn't believe it. And she's like, I did. He said, well, did y'all have an argument? She says, well, no, I didn't talk to him at all. This is something that you told me you wanted me to do. And so as a result of that, I wanted to do it. I don't want any confusion between us anymore. So she says that she blocked him from everything. I guess her cell phone, social media, whatever. And Corey is happy about it. And so I'm like, you know what? I would automatically have gotten suspicious. I don't know about y'all, but y'all auntie antennas would have went up, red flags, all kinds of confetti would have been dropping off the ceiling, because your auntie would have been suspicious that now that I go home and I'm with my dad, with my family, because my dad died, and I come back, all of a sudden you're this brand new supportive woman. There is a much more that is going on than meets the eye. And I don't think that Corey is fully aware of the trickery and the foolishness called Evelyn. I just don't think he is. The next couple I want to talk about is Devin and Jaehoon. I ain't feeling this couple. Now, as we all know, an announcement went out about Devin that she is pregnant again. She was in a group chat with people who were in South Korea. And she was trying to find out, allegedly, information about hospitals and care there. Because y'all know Jaehoon probably still ain't working, bitch, okay? But anyway, she was in these chats, and she gave up information or told them information about that she was pregnant, and they leaked it. Devin is devastated about it because she feels like, this was a private group that she was in South Korea. This had nothing to do with the show. And so she didn't appreciate the fact that that information was released. I say, boo, this is the world of social media, and that whatever you say, whatever you do can and will be leaked, especially when you are a reality star and you're on 90 Day Fiance. But anyway, I digress. We're going to talk about the show now. So Devin, is in South Korea, and she has found out that she doesn't know anything about Brother Jay, okay? This mofo, has a $30,000 fine against him for, I guess, selling illegal phones. I really don't understand what it is that, why the phones are illegal, or whether or not they stolen property or what it is, but she is still in a relationship with him. She said that the parents are babysitting the baby so that they can go and have dinner with one another, and have his friends to join them. So they go to, some little restaurant, and the friends are sitting there, and Devin wants to know whether or not he is still involved in this life of alleged crime. Okay? And so she figures that she would get this out of the friends, but not before she takes a shot of alcohol. And, Jaehoon told her, you need to sip this slow. She said, no, I'm going to go ahead on and take it to the head. And so we see her talking to the producers and telling them, look, I am fucked up, okay? I'm drunk as hell. And so I'm like, oh, okay, okay, she's having a good time. When she meets the friends, Jaehoon says that he wants them to shake her hand. This is an American thing. They cannot believe that he is with an American woman, and they think it's cool as hell. So they shake her hand, and they get to giggling and everything. And then she gets into asking them about, whether or not Devin, first of all, why is he broke? Why does he have these fines? What is the activity that he was involved in? And so the friends oblige, they oblige her some, but they ask Jaehoon, does she know about this? And he's like, yeah. but really she doesn't know as much as the friends end up revealing to her. And I'm saying to myself, it doesn't make a difference whether or not he was a beady head bank robber. You're going to be with him. You have a baby by him, which she said, he is my son's father. And now she is pregnant with another bundle of joy. And so she had no intention on leaving him. His friends said that he's a childish, that he really is a kid. And he says that he's not. He's grown up. This mofo ain't done a damn thing to show that he is grown up, okay? But anyway, so she, is caught in a relationship with this man that she trusted, and now she's all the way in another country, and this bitch, feel like she stuck between the rock and the hard place. We see them driving in the car, and she's, the typical woman, and trying to tell him that, we need to get our finances together. I don't really want to marry you. She asked him, how do we get married? He said, bitch, we just fill out a sheet of paper and we married. And so she, makes an agreement with him that she will sign the paperwork and she will marry him if he allows her to deal with the finances. He said okay, but he said okay about a whole lot of other things. Like this couple, I really do not like them. I think that they're a waste of time. If it wasn't for me having to do these reviews, I would fast forward through those bitches, okay? And that's why the ratings of the show, in my opinion, has gone down, because I'm giving these bitches a C. I mean, really. And they lucky they getting that, as long as they have these dumb mofos on them. Okay? Okay. Who do we want to talk about next? Y'all, what the hell? Cement. They said, Cement, you ready to talk? This bitch said, yeah. They said to the whole world, Cement. He said, yeah. I lied, bitch. I lied to a lot of people. Bitch, I lied to everybody. I was like, you think? He has come out and admitted that he lied, that he is married. He's been married 2.5 years. And he has been basically treating Jenny like the mistress that she is right now. This mofo was locked up in the mofo house with his family for 5 fucking days and 5 fucking nights. He then came out and his head and grown, his beard and got gray. Like this mofo looked transformed. Do you hear me? Like this bitch look like he been in solitary confinement. I said, damn. Look at some. Y'all know when he was over there with Jenny, he was on the road at the roadside barber shop. They was cutting him up and trimming his ass up. And now this bitch look like he straight up was in Alcatraz. I said, God damn, did they whoop some? Like, what did they do to him? Y'all know he looked like a total different mofo when he came out that bitch. He looked like he had not seen sunshine. Like, I'm serious, y'all. I ain't even trying to be funny. But Cement looked like his ass was up underneath a bed for 5 days, bitch. Getting breadcrumbs and some water. And I'm talking about water in the top of a Coke bottle. Like a little teeny bit, like sip on that, like sip on that bitch from underneath the bed. Cement said that his family decided that he was going to get married to this woman. He didn't have a choice in the deal. He barely knew her. He indicated that that is their practice and that's what they do. They have arranged marriages. And this bitch was basically dating Jenny. and never let Jenny go. So after the altercation over at Jenny's house, he said they snatched his ass up. Okay, wait a minute. So it's his buddy, the tall one, Niraj or whatever, Niraj. He comes, outside because they said, the family said, bitch, you can have not one phone call like they do in American jails. They said, bitch, you can have one conversation with one person. So here comes his friend walking around the corner. The one we've been questioning anyway, right, y'all? So he comes around the damn corner. He said, I told Submit this gonna be some bullshit. I told him that this gonna be a mess. So they sit down on the bench right outside of the window. Excuse me. And Submit tells him, man, look, everything blew up. I mean, they found my ass. They know what happened. They know the whole truth. His friend said, they know? Smith said, yeah, man, they know. Next thing you know, Submit is sitting up there looking off in the distance. This bitch is looking at the horizon like Shawshank Redemption. Like, bitch, I gotta see whether or not I can find these rocks with his boxes hidden that bitch. I gotta see if he left something for me like he said. Submit said that the family snatched his ass up, locked him up for 5 days, and Jenny's still at the place. So his friend was like, did you talk to Jenny? Like, how Jenny doing? He said, I don't know, I ain't had a chance to talk to her, but I'm scared somebody gonna go over there and hurt her. So the producers asked his friend, he was like, okay, so did you know that Submit was married? He was like, yeah. And I told Submit that this was gonna be some mess. But look, basically I did what the mofo told me to do. He told me that Jenny was coming here and that the film crew was coming and that they was going to be filming. And he said, fuck it, I'm trying to get my 5 minutes of fame and my $5 in my pocket, bitch. Submit basically bamboozled, tricked, hoodwinked everybody, including TLC. All to do this show. Like, which one of these bitches signed up for the show? So anyway, Submit, the friend said he told him, that this was a mess. So he's sitting outside and he talking to Submit and he was like, look, this is a mess, okay? Because that's his word. This is a mess. And he tells Submit, you in a lot of trouble. So the producers evidently asked him, about Submit going to jail. He said, well, it's not illegal for this mofo to have another woman and be in a relationship like that. The fucked up part about it and what could send him to jail is what they say about his ass. Because they could say that he been beating her. They could say all kinds of stuff that Submit had been doing to get him locked up. So it ain't the point that, he's going to get locked up for having an affair with Judy. The problem is this mofo is going to get in trouble because all the lies they're going to tell on his ass and all the framing they're about to do, okay? Because they about to frame his ass. Submit says that the family told him, look, if you say you want to stay married, life is good, okay? Life is going to be wonderful. Everything's going to be perfect. You're going to be good, y'all. But bitch, if you say no, not only are we going to fuck up your life, we're going to do the same to your mama, your daddy, and your brother. So here he is saying that it's unfair for him not to be able to choose a love. So his friend said, well, I mean, did anybody ask you if you love her? Did you say that you loved her? He said, yeah. Somebody in the room asked me if I loved her, and I said yes. And that's when everybody up in that mofo got aggressive. TLC says that they reached out to the family, bitch, and the family said, we don't have no comment. We just waiting for a yes or no from Submit. Submit said he still loves Jenny. He still wants to be with Jenny. Let me tell you something, Cement. You got your whole family on your back. And the reputation and the resources of your whole family, young. You got to make the right decision for your family at this point because they about to mess up everybody's life and everybody's career, including yours. He said that, really he don't even love the woman. He'd rather be in hell and in jail than to be with this in this marriage. Because he believes that he finally stood up for himself when they had the family reunion over there at Jenny's house, okay? He said he finally stood up for himself and he doesn't want to move backwards. He wants to pursue this relationship with Jenny. Let me tell y'all something. I find it hard to believe. I still find it hard to believe that Jenny didn't know, that she didn't suspect something. You got a whole film crew coming out there. Nobody knew. Excuse me, y'all. It's a sad state of affairs because in one way, being an American, I can't even imagine being in an arranged marriage. Marriage is something that I never desired coming up. I still question myself, even at this age, on whether or not I would ever want to be married to anybody. And to have someone force me to be in a relationship that is loveless, and I'm doing it out of commitment and obligation, would probably have me depressed, sad, confused, angry, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think that even in that, I would drag another human being into that and lie and not be a person of good character anyway. Submit friend said he told that bitch that this was going to be messy, and this is messy. And yet and still, Submit still wants to go and see Jenny. My whole thing for Jenny is, what could he say to me? Like, what words could you ever say to me to make this okay? Or to make me feel like I want to continue to be in this relationship with you? Like, bitch, I don't want to. You deceived me, you tricked me, you catfished me, and I still forgave you, and now here you got my life is in danger because, like Submit said, he's just hoping that don't nobody go over there and fuck her up. Okay? Congratulations to the person who said they made it. Let me look at that. Who is that? That was so cute. Nora Charles. She said, I made it. Hi, sweetie. And I am going to be working to see how to get the super chats out there, because you all have been super chatting me and I can't see it on this end, and Lord knows I want to see it on this end, and I want to be able to read your comments and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still working with this new OBS. The picture is much clearer though. You can really see, much clearer. But I just feel like I can't see the comments that great. I never could anyway, but I can't see the comments, and I definitely can't see your super chats to say thank you so much for doing it, y'all. I really do appreciate everything that you all have done, okay? And I thank you for your commitment to your auntie while we go through this. YouTube still ain't figured out what the hell is going on. And now people are running around with 0 subscribers, bitch. You can't make this stuff up. But anyway, I digress. The last couple that I want to talk about, y'all, is Laura and this damn Aladdin. They are on day 2 of their wedding, okay? This is the day where they dressed up and, into their formal, I guess, attire, wedding attire. And they party and people bring money and all of that kind of stuff. Bitch, we need to change some customs around here. But anyway, so they're on the 3rd day, and as we all know, Liam did not come the first night. Now here it is, the second night of the wedding and in the wedding ceremonies, and Liam ass still ain't there. So, Laura is sitting there trying to get herself together. Like, her hair is just lifeless. Like, this woman is, you hate to talk about, women because we should be always uplifting and building each other up. But, I mean, this woman just looks a hot mess to me, okay? But anyway, so she's sitting there and Aladdin comes in and he wants to talk to her about Liam. He wants to talk to her about why the bitch did not show up the night before. And, it got him feeling some kind of way. So she says, well, he didn't show up because he's sick. He ain't feeling good. So Aladdin was like, I'm not stupid like you think I am. Where this mofo at? And she was like, come on now. He's got diarrhea. Aladdin isn't buying it. She says that she wants to have wants them to have a talk and all of that kind of stuff. But Liam don't really fuck with him. And he really don't fuck with his mother. Like, it's the weirdest relationship that I've ever seen on 90 Day Fiance. So anyway, Aladdin is like, I'm going to go over there and talk to him because I really think it's some stuff that's going on with him and I want to find out about it. So she thinks that this is wonderful. But you know what, when he goes over there to talk to Liam, you immediately recognize that Liam has been through a whole host of men in his life. Liam is very defensive. He sees this as, this is just the same damn thing over and over and over again with my mother. And it really made me think about how many women out here and out there bring men into their children's lives without a thought and a care for how their children are going to interpret this and how they're going to live with this and manage this when they get older. Bitch, Liam is off the chain. I don't know if he's on the spectrum. I don't know, what, something seems to be a bit off with him. And so I don't want to, joke about it in that type of way. But Liam, Liam is straight up no chaser. So Aladdin takes his ass, basically says, okay, well, we're going to go to, this little pool thing or whatever it is. He says this is what they do with the guys, before the wedding. Meantime, in the between time, Laura's trying to get herself together. So this is supposed to be like a little outing for their asses. And so they go in, to the little pool thing or whatever it is. And Aladdin's like, so Liam, like, what's up? You missed the first day of the wedding and everything. And, today, is part two, bitch, is you coming. So he's like, well, no, he asked him why he missed it. Because when he was talking to Laura, he was like, he comes all the way over here. He just wants to sit in his damn hotel room. So here this bitch is. He finally allowed Aladdin to pick him up. And so they having a one-on-one conversation. And he's asking him, your mother told me that you were sick, but I don't believe it. And so Liam was like, I was sick. Basically, Liam said that he doesn't like Aladdin and he does not know how to tell him without coming off rude and disrespectful as fuck. And that's exactly how he came off, didn't he, y'all? So they sitting up in there and they having a conversation, man-on-man conversation, or at least that's what Aladdin thought that he was having with Liam. So he goes into saying that, he had eaten something and that if he had come to the party, he would have been nauseous and everything at the party, and that's not what he wanted to do. But at the end of the day, his mother needs him because she's in this country having to follow these traditions. And she feels alone because she doesn't have any other family or friends that have come there. She has nothing that she can really relate to. All of this stuff is new to her. She's never done this. And so, and Aladdin wants that for her too. He was extremely excited when he found out that Liam was coming. and wanted Liam to, be able to share in it. But Liam is already fucked up in the head. So they begin, so he's like, I feel like you got something to say to me. And Liam was like, no, I don't, trying to play it off. And Aladdin was like, no, I do believe you got something to say. If you got something to say, you need to say it. Your mother and I, we're having our wedding ceremony. At the end of the day, bitch, she's my wife. And so, I want to know how you feel about everything. So Liam was like, well, I did say some negative stuff about you. I talked about, I compared you to my other stepfathers and half stepfathers and curb stepfathers, bitch, and sidewalk fathers, and it's just jacked up. So he's like, compared me for what? At this point, Aladdin tries to tell him, she's my wife and we're getting ready to have a family. We're going to have a baby. Bitch, when he said we about to have a baby, Liam said, y'all about to do what? He said, we're going to have a family. Your mother's going to have a baby. He said, my mother not having no baby. And then it clicked in Liam's, like that, like you could see, like he snapped. Like he was unhinged. Like I was sitting there like, okay, hide the knives, the ropes, the chains. This bitch got unhinged immediately. He was like, my mother ain't having no baby. She too damn old for that. It ain't safe for her to have one. He said, no, we spoke to a doctor, and the doctor said, I don't give a damn what the doctor said. Hell no, my mother's not having no baby. So Aladdin was like, you don't tell me what to do. He was like, no, yes, I do. It's going to be your responsibility to make sure that my mother don't have a baby. Aladdin said, no, you know what, that's it. Now, I done sat here and let your ass say a whole lot of stuff. Because when Aladdin was talking to him and trying to tell him that he just wanted to have a relationship and he wanted him to support his mother, whatever, he said, oh, here come the stepfather. This sounds like a stepfather speech. You like all the rest of the men running in and out of my mama's life. You can't keep running in and out of my life. Liam is tired of his mother and her foolishness. But I do wonder why Liam came. Because you're not being a support to your mother. You're not being a support. You're being super negative. He told him, my mother cannot have a baby because if she has a child, she's going to forget about me. So he was like, I can tell you that your mother's not going to forget about you. He said, I don't trust you. I don't know you and I don't trust you. And you can't say that. My mother is not going to care for me. She already got a child that she trying to raise. Bitch, you are grown. Now, I know you're going to always need your mama. But Liam talk about how she's going to be spending her money. Ain't going to give him no money no more. Ain't going to take him. And Aladdin is like, you a grown-ass man. Like, he became unhinged. He said, if y'all have a baby, I ain't fucking with you or my mother. I'm done with both of y'all. Be done then. Poof, be gone. See, because when you get to be a certain age and you raise your children and you trying to find happiness and you done found somebody you can bunk with, somebody that you feeling, you can't let your children tell you how to be, when to be. No. I raised you. I did the best that I could for your ass. And what you not going to do is lock me in and say that the rest of my life I got to dedicate to you. Now, I don't know if he has been sat out on the curb as it relates to her dating other men or what. But I just was feeling a little something about it because I was like, how dare him dictate to Aladdin what he can and can't do with his mother. He says that his mother has lied to him. He said, my mother lied to me and didn't tell me about the marriage for 2 months that she was even married. So I can see her trying to hide a pregnancy, a 9-month pregnancy. I don't know what kind of weird ass relationship that Liam has with his mother, because he's disrespectful as hell to her. And I don't know, y'all. I'm really confused about the relationship and about everything. And Alan then was like, that's it. Go ahead on about your business, John. Because you ain't going to tell me what I'm responsible for and what I'm not responsible for. As we know, Laura has gone out on social media and indicated that she was indeed pregnant. And she had a tubal pregnancy. And, you know, ever since then, she's been just trying to backtrack, pussy pop, backpedal, and do all kinds of stuff to cover up things that she has said to different people on social media and on Instagram. She is in a whole bunch of trouble as far as it relates to this community, because a lot of people don't believe that she was pregnant. But we did hear Allison say that they went to a doctor and that the doctor said that she can have babies. So we do know that, you know, when she said that, you know, people are worried about her vajayjay, I thought it was for JJ. She said that people, you know, are worried about her vajayjay, that she is not in menopause and that she can indeed have a baby. And we see that last night, Aladdin confirmed that they had indeed gone to a doctor. So I'm telling you, it's a hot ass mess. But you know what, let me just say this. Let me take this opportunity, because this is Auntie's advice, and you all know that I will give you advice when I have to. Women and men, when you are dating different people and you don't know what the hell you're doing, you don't know which way is up and which way is down, leave your fucking kids out of it. Don't bring your kids around people who you know you don't have a lifelong commitment with. Stop bringing a whole bunch of people in and out of your lives where you have children, because I'm telling you right now, Liam is a perfect example of what not to do. This boy is messed up and jacked up in the head, and even if there was a man who could come along and father him the way that he needs and probably desires to be fathered, because of the mistakes of his mother and all the men that she has had in and out of her life, he now will never be able to accept the love, the guidance, the comfort of a man, period. I don't give a damn if she marries Santa Claus or the Pope. He will never be able to receive anything from a man because his mother has messed that up for him. When you dating somebody and you feel like this is the person, and you've got these children, find a way to meet this person in a neutral place. Find someone who's safe, first of all, that can watch your children so that you can date without your child knowing. And then don't tell your child, bitch, that you're going on a date. Don't do all of that. Don't do all of that. Because at the end of the day, you fuck your kids up. And you can't undo it. Now here Liam is 21 years old. She can't undo it. And ain't no telling what has happened with those men coming in and out of her house. But I really do feel sorry for his ass, because he disrespectful as I don't know what. But anyway, y'all, this is the end of this review. I'm going to come back out in a few minutes, and we're going to do some house cleaning, because there were some things that were said last night on my channel, and we need to clear it up. I know that I have a whole lot of new nieces and nephews, but some things for me, it's just plain out disrespectful, and I just don't appreciate it. So if you give me about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll come back and we'll discuss that. Love you all to pieces. Mwah.